Hey there, did you know that the very place you go to rest, your bedroom, might actually be working against you while you sleep? If you're over 65, this isn't just a wild idea, it's a real thing that could be messing with your sleep, your memory, and even your heart, and you might not even realize it. You're doing all the right things, eating well, taking your meds, staying active, but you still wake up feeling tired, foggy, or just plain achy. What if the problem is closer than you think, like just inches from your head? In this video, we're going to look at 5 sneaky things in your bedroom that could be draining your energy night after night. But don't worry, I'll also share some super simple fixes you can try starting today so you can finally get that deep, healing sleep you deserve. Before we dive in, I'd love to know where you're watching from and what time it is for you right now. Pop a comment below and say hi. Even a quick note means a lot. And if you find this helpful, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more tips just for you. Your bedroom should feel like your safe haven, right? A place where your body can really relax, fix itself up, and get ready for the next day. But for lots of folks over 65, there's something hidden and quiet sitting super close to where they lay their head. It doesn't make noise, it doesn't flash, but it might be messing with your sleep more than you can imagine. That little digital alarm clock you've had forever, especially if it's plugged in right on your nightstand, it might be causing some trouble. Most digital clocks, especially the ones that stay plugged into the wall, send out something called electromagnetic fields, or EMFs. You can't see them, but they're constantly radiating energy, day and night, as long as the clock is on. And when that clock is just a few inches from your brain, like it is for many who keep it right by their pillow, that steady exposure really adds up. It puts a low-level stress on your brain, your nerves, and even your immune system, and you might not even know why you feel off. As we get older, our bodies aren't quite as quick at fixing damage. This means seniors can be more sensitive to things in our environment, like EMFs, compared to younger people. A teenager might sleep through anything, but a 70-year-old's body is often more delicate, especially when you're trying to get good sleep, which is when your brain is supposed to be doing its most important work. Instead of just resting, your body ends up working harder, trying to repair itself under pressure. Have you ever woken up feeling exhausted even after sleeping for a full night? Or started your day with a headache, feeling groggy, or like there's a weight behind your eyes? Sometimes we just shrug these off as getting older. But the real reason might be much simpler and way easier to fix than you think. Let me tell you about Evelyn, a retired teacher from Oregon. She's 73 and doing everything right: early bedtime, no coffee late in the day, even meditating. But she still woke up every morning feeling like she hadn't slept at all. Daily headaches, tossing and turning, just constant tiredness, even though her doctors said she was fine. One day, she read an article about EMFs in the bedroom and thought, She realized her digital clock had been sitting right next to her head every single night for almost 5 years. Just as a little test, she swapped it for a simple clock that runs on batteries and moved it across the room on her dresser. The change was almost instant. Within 4 nights, Evelyn slept all the way through without waking up once. The headaches stopped, that foggy feeling in her head cleared up. She woke up feeling lighter and sharper than she had in years. It was like someone lifted a curtain, she told her daughter. I didn't realize I'd been sleeping under a cloud for so long. Science is starting to back up what Evelyn discovered. Studies are showing that being exposed to EMFs, especially while you're sleeping, can mess with how much melatonin your body makes. Melatonin is the hormone that helps you fall asleep and stay asleep. It's also a super important protector for your immune system. When your melatonin is low, you not only sleep badly, but your body also loses a key helper in fighting off sickness and swelling. So what can you do about it? The easiest thing is to swap your digital clock for one that uses batteries or one you wind up. They work just as well and don't give off any of those electromagnetic fields. If you really need to use a digital clock, try to move it at least 6 feet away from your bed. It might seem like a tiny thing, But for seniors, these small adjustments can make a huge difference. Your body is always trying to tell you things, often through feeling tired, having headaches, or not sleeping well. The issue isn't always happening inside you. Sometimes it's just a few inches away, quietly glowing through the night. By making your bedroom a calmer place, you give your body the quiet, low-stress space it needs to really heal. Better sleep means more energy, clearer thinking, and even a healthier heart. And when you wake up feeling rested and clear-headed, everything feels easier, from making breakfast to remembering names. You deserve sleep that truly makes you feel new again. Why not start with this one simple step tonight and let your body finally get the rest it's been craving? For many older adults, the bedroom is supposed to be a peaceful spot, a place to get away from it all and let your mind truly rest. But what if that quiet space was filled with something silent, invisible, but strong enough to mess with your memory, your heart rate, and your sleep? It might sound a bit dramatic, but more and more research is confirming what lots of seniors are starting to suspect. Your Wi-Fi router and other wireless devices might be silently affecting your brain and body all night long. If you're over 65, this effect can feel even stronger because your body's natural defenses aren't as robust as they used to be. One of the most important but often forgotten protectors in your body is called the blood-brain barrier. Think of it like a special filter that keeps harmful stuff in your bloodstream from getting into your sensitive brain. As we get older, this filter can get a bit weaker, more fragile, and not as good at keeping toxins and disturbances away from your brain tissue. Now, add in constant exposure to the kind of energy waves coming from your Wi-Fi router, which can be on 24/7 just a few feet from your head. The risk isn't just theoretical anymore. It becomes much more real, especially when your body is in its most vulnerable state, deep sleep. It's pretty common for older adults to wake up feeling fuzzy-headed, mentally cloudy, or just plain drained, even if they went to bed early. This isn't always just normal aging. Sometimes it's your brain sending you a signal that something isn't quite right. Something might be getting in the way of its natural healing process during the night. We're learning that being exposed to EMFs can make your memory weaker, make your heart rate jump around more, and mess up your body's production of melatonin, that key hormone for getting good, deep sleep. Let me tell you about Stanley, a 71-year-old retired engineer from Michigan. He was a tech guy and loved having the latest gadgets. His Wi-Fi router was right there on his bedroom dresser, about 8 feet from where he slept. He liked being connected, even at night, and never thought twice about it until his memory started slipping. He'd forget where he put his keys, mix up appointments, and tell his wife the same stories over and over without realizing it. Even more worrying, he started having weird fluttering feelings in his chest and felt dizzy a lot, which worried his family. His heart doctor did a bunch of tests and didn't find anything seriously wrong, but then asked Stanley a surprising question. "Where is your router at night?" That one question changed everything for Stanley. He decided to move his router to the far corner of his house, downstairs in his home office. He even got a simple timer for the outlet so it would turn off automatically at 11 p.m. and come back on at 7 a.m. in just 3 weeks. His sleep got way better. The heart flutters stopped, and his memory started getting sharper again. His wife noticed he was more alert in the mornings, more present at breakfast, and even remembered their neighbors' names again. At his next doctor's visit, Stanley's test scores for thinking and memory had improved by almost 30%. So what's the main takeaway here? Even something small and passive like a Wi-Fi router can have a big impact on a senior's health if it's in the wrong spot. The fix isn't complicated, and you don't have to give up your tech. You just need to make it work with your body, not against it. If your router is in or near your bedroom, think about moving it to a different floor or at least the farthest corner of your house. If moving it isn't easy, use a simple timer plug to turn it off automatically overnight. You really don't need constant Wi-Fi while you're sleeping. And if you're open to it, using a wired Ethernet connection can be even safer, especially in your bedroom. Wired connections not only reduce radiation exposure, but also give you more stable internet, handy if you work from home or video call family. As we get older, the little things really do matter more, especially when it comes to sleeping well, keeping our minds sharp, and having a healthy heart. Your body works hard every night to rebuild and protect you, but it's tough for it to do that if it's constantly being hit with disruptive signals for 8 hours straight. By making this one small change, moving or turning off your Wi-Fi at night, you're giving your brain the quiet it really needs in the darkness to heal. And in return, you might find your mornings are brighter, your thoughts are clearer, and your heart feels a bit steadier. Because sometimes, the answer to feeling better isn't another pill or test. It's just thinking differently about what's sitting quietly next to your bed. There's something so nice about a bedroom that smells fresh and clean, isn't there? A gentle scent can make the space feel cozy and peaceful at the end of a long day. For lots of older folks, especially if you live alone, keeping your home smelling pleasant becomes a little ritual, a way to make your space feel warm and welcoming. But what if that nice, quiet scent was actually causing more harm than good, especially to your lungs, your sleep, and even how much energy you have during the day? It might be time to take a closer look at something as small as a plug-in air freshener. You find these electric air fresheners in tons of homes. They're easy to use, not too expensive, and promise to keep things smelling good for weeks without you doing anything. But what many people don't realize is that these things don't just release scent. They also release a steady stream of electromagnetic radiation, or EMFs, while they're plugged into the wall. At the same time, they pump out tiny airborne particles called volatile organic compounds, VOCs. These little guys can really irritate your lungs, especially when you're breathing them in while you sleep. So you've got a double whammy for your breathing system: constant EMFs plus these synthetic chemicals building up in the air you breathe. For older adults, this double whammy can be a heavier burden. As we age, our lungs naturally don't work quite as well, and our airways become more sensitive to things that might not bother younger lungs at all. Older lungs also take longer to recover, meaning that being exposed to everyday irritants, even mild ones, can lead to long-term problems like a constant cough, inflammation, or feeling short of breath. Let me share Virginia's story. She's a 77-year-old widow in Florida. Virginia loved keeping her home neat and smelling nice. She had plug-in air fresheners in almost every room, including one right by her bed, because she loved the calming lavender smell at night. But over time, she started feeling a dry, scratchy throat, followed by a cough that just wouldn't quit. At first, she thought it was allergies or just the weather changing. She tried cough syrup, drank warm tea, even got a humidifier, but nothing really helped. It wasn't until she spent a week at her daughter's house, where there were no air fresheners, that she finally noticed a change. Her cough got better, breathing felt easier, and she woke up without that tight feeling in her chest. When she got back home, her daughter gently suggested she take all the plug-in things out of her bedroom and living areas. Virginia was hesitant. She'd used them for years and loved how her house smelled. Instead, they put small bowls of baking soda in each room to soak up odors and added a few cotton balls with essential oil near her dresser, far from her bed. Within days, her breathing improved again. She felt more rested in the morning, less stuffed up, and even realized she was sleeping more deeply than before. Her lung doctor was amazed at how quickly her lung function bounced back after years of dealing with chronic irritation. And maybe most importantly, Virginia felt like she had taken back some control over her body and her home. She felt empowered. Studies now confirm that electric air fresheners can release chemicals like formaldehyde, benzene, and phthalates into the air. These are known to bother your breathing passages, and when you're exposed to a lot of them over time, they can contribute to long-term health risks, especially during sleep. When you're breathing slower and deeper, these substances have more time to settle in your lungs and get into your bloodstream. And when you combine that with the low-level EMFs coming from the device itself, the impact on senior health becomes even more significant. So what's a better way to keep your room smelling fresh? Start by unplugging all electric air fresheners from your bedroom, especially if they're anywhere near your head while you're sleeping. Next, try natural options like putting a bowl of baking soda in a corner of the room. It quietly absorbs smells without adding anything to the air. If you like nice scents, put a few drops of essential oil, like lavender or cedar, on a cotton ball and place it across the room from your bed. Even dried herbs or flowers in a breathable little bag can give off a light, calming smell without bringing in harmful chemicals or radiation. The goal is to let your bedroom be its natural self, a place where the air is clean, the environment is gentle, and your body can truly relax without anything getting in the way. You don't have to choose between comfort and protecting your lungs and your rest. You just have to be mindful of what's around you while you're sleeping, because at this stage of life, every breath truly matters. Every night of deep, uninterrupted sleep matters, and sometimes the biggest improvements start with the smallest changes, like what you decide to plug in beside your bed. On a cold night, there's nothing quite like getting into a warm bed, is there? For many seniors, especially if you live in chilly places or have joint pain, an electric blanket or heating pad can feel like the perfect fix. It gives you instant warmth, helps soothe stiff muscles, and creates that cozy feeling that helps you drift off. But what if that very warmth was quietly causing problems for your health, night after night, and you didn't even know it? Electric blankets and plug-in heating pads work by sending electric currents through thin wires inside the fabric. These currents make heat, but they also create an electromagnetic field, or EMF, that surrounds your body while you're sleeping. And unlike other things in your house that are a few feet away, electric blankets are right there against your skin, covering your chest, your stomach, your legs. This means your whole body is exposed to low-level radiation for hours at a time, exactly when your cells are supposed to be resting, fixing themselves, and rebuilding. For younger people, their bodies might handle this kind of exposure with few problems you'd notice. But for seniors, especially those over 65, it's a different story. Your body's ability to handle inflammation gets weaker as you age, and being exposed to EMFs while you sleep might quietly trigger your body to make stress molecules. Over time, this extra inflammation can make ongoing issues like arthritis worse, mess with your heart rhythm, and get in the way of that deep, healing sleep. Let me share Dorothy's story. She's a 75-year-old retired nurse from Minnesota. Winters there are long and freezing, and for years she used her electric blanket to help her sleep through the cold. She used it every night, kept it on low heat until morning, and never thought it could be doing any harm. But slowly, Dorothy started noticing things weren't right. Her joints were stiffer in the mornings, even though the warmth helped her fall asleep. She started waking up with strange muscle aches, and her heart would sometimes flutter, which made her feel uneasy. At first, she blamed it on getting older, on the weather, on stress. But after reading an article about EMF exposure and sleep, she decided to try something different for just a few weeks. She packed away her electric blanket and used a thick down comforter instead, layering her bed with flannel sheets and a wool mattress pad. On really cold nights, she used a hot water bottle at her feet or heated up a rice-filled bag in the microwave to warm the sheets before she got in. Within 3 weeks, the difference was amazing. Her joint pain eased up, her heart rhythm felt steadier, and she said she was sleeping more soundly than she had in months. Scientific studies now support what Dorothy experienced. Research suggests that being exposed to EMFs for a long time while sleeping can increase things in older adults' bodies that signal inflammation by as much as 35%. This kind of inflammation doesn't cause immediate pain, but it slowly wears down your body's strength, affecting everything from how easily you can move your joints to how well your heart works. The quiet, constant presence of EMFs against your body while you sleep might not seem like much, but it really adds up over time. So, what can you do if you still need warmth during the colder months? Luckily, there are safe and effective ways. Natural materials like wool, down, or flannel are great at holding body heat and keep you warm without needing electricity. For extra coziness, warming your bed before you get in with a hot water bottle or a microwave-safe heating pad filled with rice or flax seed can give you gentle heat without the risk of EMF exposure. And if you absolutely must use an electric heating device, think about turning it on only before bedtime to warm things up, then unplugging it completely before you fall asleep. Never sleep through the night with it running, especially if it's touching your skin. You'll get the benefit of warmth when you need it most, while still protecting your body during those crucial hours of healing and rest. As we get older, feeling comfortable becomes more important, but so does protecting our bodies. Your body is working hard to keep you steady, moving well, and thinking clearly. The small choices you make in your nighttime routine can really affect how you feel when you wake up. And sometimes, the most caring thing you can do for yourself isn't adding more things, it's gently taking something away. So tonight, before you hop into bed, ask yourself, is this warmth coming from something that helps my body heal or something that might be quietly causing it stress? Your body deserves the kind of rest that truly restores it. And guess what? You have the power to create that kind of rest, starting right now. As we age, how we feel comfort starts to change. Cold nights can feel colder, muscles feel tighter more easily. And what used to be just a slight chill might now keep us from falling asleep. For many seniors, that's when the electric blanket or heating pad becomes a nightly friend, offering warmth and relief that feels deeply needed. But what if that comfort came with a hidden cost, an invisible layer of stress on your body night after night while you're trying to sleep and heal? It's something not many people talk about, but more and more scientists are raising concerns. Electric blankets and heating pads don't just give off heat, they also produce low-frequency electromagnetic fields, or EMFs, that surround your body when they're on. These EMFs are a type of energy wave. While they're much weaker than things like X-rays, their constant presence can still affect your body's inner workings. The concern is especially important when the exposure is long, close to your body, and happening while you sleep, that time when your cells are working hardest to repair themselves. For seniors, whose tissues are more sensitive to inflammation and stress, this exposure might quietly push things out of balance, leading to discomfort. You might not notice it right away. Maybe you just wake up with stiff joints, an aching hip, or a racing heart that goes away by morning. These symptoms can feel like just getting older, but they can also be signs that your body isn't getting the quiet it needs at night. And for Dorothy, that 75-year-old from Minnesota we talked about, the signs became too regular to ignore. Dorothy had always loved her electric blanket. Living in a cold place, she relied on it to fall asleep and stay warm through those long winters. But over time, her sleep started feeling lighter, and her knees began aching even when she hadn't been very active. She also started having heart flutters, those quick, irregular beats that made her feel uneasy just lying in bed. Her doctor did tests, and nothing urgent was found. Still, something didn't feel right. When she read an article about EMFs and aging, Dorothy decided to try something different. She put away her electric blanket and instead used layers of natural warmth. Flannel sheets, a comforter lined with wool, and a soft mattress pad. She also added a simple step before bed. She'd warm up a cloth bag filled with rice in the microwave and tuck it under the covers for a few minutes. Then she'd take it out before she actually got into bed, letting the blankets hold the warmth without any electricity running. Within 3 weeks, her sleep improved dramatically. The heart palpitations stopped. Her joints felt looser, and for the first time in months, she woke up feeling clear-headed and strong. Scientists now understand that being exposed to EMFs for a long time, especially when your whole body is surrounded by the field, like with electric blankets, can raise levels of inflammatory signals in your body. These are like chemical messengers that tell your immune system to fight. But when they stay high for too long, they can cause low-grade inflammation throughout your body. This is one of the hidden reasons behind age-related issues like stiff joints, feeling tired, and strain on your heart. It's not that electric blankets are bad or dangerous on their own. The issue is how and how often they're used. Sleeping 8 hours a night wrapped in EMFs might seem harmless, but for an older body that needs serious repair time, that constant background stress can interfere. It takes energy away from healing and adds another layer of invisible effort to your rest. So, what are the safer choices? Natural fabrics like wool, flannel, or fleece can hold warmth beautifully without needing a plug. If you need a little extra heat, a hot water bottle or a microwave-warm rice pad gives cozy comfort without the radiation. And if you do use an electric blanket, consider turning it off once the bed feels warm, allowing your body to sleep through the night free of EMF exposure. Sometimes the best way to take care of yourself isn't adding something, but gently taking something away. By making your sleep space warm, gentle, and free of unnecessary interference, you give your body the chance to do what it was made to do, restore itself. Because restful sleep isn't just a nice thing to have as you get older, it's your body's natural medicine, and you absolutely deserve every bit of it. As we get older, our bodies become more sensitive, not just to getting sick or injured, but also to the hidden stresses all around us every day. And for many older adults, some of the most overlooked things that can cause problems aren't outside the house, but right there beside the bed. Digital alarm clocks, Wi-Fi routers, plug-in air fresheners, charging phones, and electric blankets might seem totally harmless, but they quietly release waves of energy that your body can feel. Especially at night, when your body is supposed to be healing. These invisible forces can mess with your sleep, your heart rhythm, your memory, and even how your joints feel. The truth is, seniors are more vulnerable because your body's repair systems slow down with age. Cells take longer to fix themselves. Sleep often gets lighter. Anything that adds extra strain, even something as small as a gadget on your nightstand, can tip the balance towards feeling tired, achy, or forgetful. But here's the really good news. You don't need to be scared of your bedroom. You just need to think about it a little differently. Making just one simple change, like moving your phone farther away or turning off your Wi-Fi at night, can actually lead to deeper, more restful sleep. A small change in what you plug in can give your brain and body the quiet it's been asking for, because every single night is a chance to heal. And your body, even now, still knows exactly how to do it if you just give it the space it needs. You've come this far with amazing strength and resilience. Now, let your bedroom truly support you with the calm, clean energy you genuinely deserve. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I really hope this video has helped you see your bedroom in a new way, a quiet, peaceful space that can truly help you heal. Sometimes it's the smallest things that can have the biggest effect on how we sleep, how we think, and how we feel when we wake up each morning. But the wonderful thing is, with just a couple of gentle changes, you can create a space that supports your body and honors the rest you deserve every single night. Now, I'd absolutely love to hear from you. Have you ever kept any of these things in your bedroom? What's one small change you feel ready to make tonight? Leave a comment below or just type the word HOPE if this video gave you a new idea or a sense of encouragement. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that little notification bell so you never miss future health tips made just for you. And if you have a friend or someone you love who's over 60, maybe share this video with them. It just might help them sleep a little easier too. Until next time, I wish you restful nights, bright mornings, and a heart filled with peace. Take good care, and I'll see you again soon.